Welcome to the Unpleasant Podcast. I'm Chase.
I'm Cameron.
So keep telling me what you were saying about weed.
So
we were talking about weed and how he's stopping because he's an addict.
Not an addict. I use it sometimes to sleep,
Okay.
and I overused it because I was having some trouble sleeping. Since you've known me, I've always struggled fucking sleeping.
Yes. Schizophrenic.
Super. Huh? And I fucking quit because I just wanted to go cold turkey. I started feeling like I wasn't getting deep, restful sleep. And I was waking up with like nerve pain in my back, which is an injury I had. I've had a herniated disc for a few years now, and I opted not to get surgery. I've slowly been making it better on my own. And I was like doing research, and Google fucks you when you do any sort of research.
You look up what is my back injury, and then it's like your entire family has cancer.
Yes. I had to call my uncle and check it out.
You go on WebMD and you see your uncle's suicide note. Like, oh fuck.
So I read a few things that weed can cause a lack of REM sleep, and a lack of REM sleep can cause nervous system issues. In turn, can cause any nerve issues that you've had in general to be exasperated.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit, and funny enough, it's been 3-4 days now. Back pain has gotten a lot better. So I'm like, oh fuck, there's a direct correlation. But right now, since I was used to using that to sleep, I'm 2 hours of sleep right now. So I'm just readjusting. It's probably going to take another couple days.
No weed means better back, but having weed means getting bitches. Wow. So you should reconsider. I'd rather have back pain.
I wish I had a notepad I could scribble this down in.
Woo! Just take notes.
Yeah, you're the master.
Take notes,
huh?
brother.
You're the master of poon, huh?
Anybody you know that called it poon for sure has like motor oil under their fingers. It's like the dirty hillbillies from high school would call it.
Had a trucker hat that was like super bent.
Yeah. Like they
just pin.
You had to like compress it. Like you get a bill that round. I'm on day 2 now of no weed. Because I went on a bender. I went like 4 days straight edible, and then by the 4th morning, I'm like, nah, bro. It's getting up. You just feel so exhausted, and I noticed that for me, I feel the urge to indulge in things that are like endorphin boosting. So like playing Xbox or something, like something that makes you. Is that?
Are you thinking dopamine?
Dopamine. Sorry,
okay.
Dopamine. Yeah, like dopamine
like, are you
boosters.
Sprinting while you're playing Xbox.
Yes. Yeah, it just makes you seek out like the dopamine booster thing. So like playing Xbox is engaging, or like eating like not the healthiest food, shit like that. Like even when I'm sober, the next day, it just seems to like roll that cycle.
It puts a damper on your discipline for sure.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not gonna eat any junk, and then you're fucking starving when you're high.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta snap out of this. I'm an addict. I need to fix this. So then I went to rehab today, and rehab being 24-hour fitness. And then I get in there, and I was like, I might just overdose instead, because then I'm fucking tired.
I'll overdose if I hear another fucking gym story right now.
Hey, so I was at the gym, and no, I don't have any fucking gym stories for you this week, man.
What do you think about when you first wake up? Like, I'm not talking like basic like function thoughts, like, oh, I gotta get up. Like, what's the first few thoughts that run? And I'm sure it's different day to day, but
I have no idea, because I really don't like.
When do you start
keep
thinking?
track of that? When do I start thinking?
Yeah, bro. I realize I'm not actually awake until I'm in the bathroom.
What?
Yeah, like oftentimes I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the bathroom now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like I'm up.
Do you wake up in the morning, like in the middle of the night, to go pee?
I wake up in the middle of the night because of back pain.
Oh, okay.
And then I piss myself.
Okay. Because I wake up to go pee, and then like I'll be wide awake during that time. Like I'll be
And you can just fall right back asleep.
sometimes. I mean, sometimes it takes a while. If I intentionally, like if I'm peeing, I'll sit there with my eyes closed and be like, stay tired,
That's so funny.
just so I don't start thinking, and then that's what will keep me up.
Yeah.
Because then I'm just going connect the cuts, and
I wear an eye mask to
Mhm.
sleep, so I wear it if I do wake up to pee, I'll just keep it on. I'm serious.
It
I'm
takes you.
I'm
It
like
takes you
squint-
30 minutes to get to the bathroom, but you're dedicated.
I squint through the bottom.
No,
of
I
it.
just keep it on like the top of my head. I flip it up like goggles, and I just walk to the bathroom.
You wear
and
one
piss
too?
and yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. Even with blackout blind, it's bright as shit in here.
Yeah.
It's poor. We
Wait,
don't.
with blackout, like from the corners, it's leaking.
Yeah, like the light stuff seeps through until
Oh, yeah.
where it's like still too bright.
Mm.
It's annoying.
I leave my like
That's fucking crazy.
yeah, because I'm trying to. Oh, I used to not, but I'm trying to wake up with the
Natural
light.
light.
Yeah, Dr. Huberman.
Okay, bro. No, I can't. I don't like to be able to see like my hand in front of my face.
Yeah.
I want it fucking dark.
To sleep, yeah. for
Yeah.
sure.
But then having your window just wide open, that is ass.
It's forcing me to wake up. early, though.
Especially during like a summertime. I mean, granted, we're towards the end of it, but
Yeah.
then the sun rises at like 5 a.m. You might not want to get up till 7. You're fucked.
The eye mask keeps me locked in until like 8, and then it gets too.
But
bright.
also, sleeping until 8 is fucking crazy.
8 a.m.
Yes.
I don't know if that's that crazy.
That's crazy.
I think most people don't wake up at like 6 a.m., bro.
What?
Yeah, I know you do, but I don't think
A
most
majority, I don't wake up at 6 a.m. a lot of the time. I wake up like maybe 6:45, 7:15.
That's
around
more.
there.
I
Like,
think
I
that's
feel like
more reasonable.
anything after 7:30 is pushing it. But
You used
also,
to not
most
do
people
that.
do that in the like for work. Most people get up
Yeah,
early.
Yeah.
Not fucking 8.
it was funny. All my coworkers, like let's say work was at 9, they'd get up at like the exact time they need to get out the door and get to work.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that. all
I
the
do
time.
that too.
I'd do that. And then once I started working remote, then it would seep into where I was late every day, technically. I would wake up legit 3 minutes before I had to get on. I'd log in, so like show I'm online, put my little mouse jiggler shit, and then I would just proceed to go take it.
Mouse jiggler.
Yeah, so like there's a little USB stick you can connect. I've never done this for any of my gainful employment. Plug it in, and then it like moves your mouse once a minute to keep you
Oh yeah,
looking
because
like you're
they're
online.
reading that they can tell how much you move your mouse.
No, that was a hell job. I had one of those where like they had a tracker program on your laptop. They could track how many keystrokes and like
Jesus
how often you were actually
That's
active.
prison.
That was
That's
fucking
prison.
prison. And then also it would log you out if you were inactive for 20 minutes.
I'd quit.
Yeah, it was a hell job.
I hate logging in to begin with. If I just kept having to log back in every time, that would destroy me.
But yeah, I'd put the mouse jiggler in, so it just showed that I'm online, like
Mhm.
in the
It doesn't
Slack
show
chat.
where you are. Like it didn't. Okay, well at least.
So then that's when I'd go make breakfast. I'd walk the dog, take a shit, just have my me time on company time.
You drop
And then
in the
I-
morning?
Huh?
You drop dunces in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I was just curious. Everyone has a different time for bowel movement, brother.
Mine is exactly 8:54 a.m. That's a
Okay,
lie.
I'm gonna write
making
that
shit up. What kind of notes are you taking? How to get bitches and how to take a shit. That's fucking
No.
crazy.
Now that I know when you dump, I'm gonna like blow up your phone with just different shit knowing that you're on the toilet.
No, sometimes you're a fucking piece of shit, man. Sometimes, like if he knows that I'm high, he'll send me a nightmare picture from a scary movie, like right before when he thinks I'm going to bed,
Fuck yeah.
just to be a garbage friend.
It's the perks of friendship, brother. I don't want you going to sleep thinking you're safe. That pisses me off.
Just wait, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you tonight. I'm gonna wake up.
At 4 a.m. when I'm
Oh,
gonna go to bed.
There's no perks of waking you up because you're never asleep. You fucking schizo idiot.
Bro, it sucks. It really sucks. I wish I had a normal sleep schedule. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm taking something called valerian root. and it's like one of those whole food help deep sleep bullshit. So we'll see.
Hell yeah, man. Fuck you.
Do you not take supplements?
No,
You don't take any?
not really.
That's why your head's sideways. You gotta take some supplements.
You're saying that to me when you go, every night I break my legs and every morning I break my arms. I don't know what sleep is.
I've also lost 30 pounds in the last like month and a half.
That's from the lack of sleep.
Fair.
So
Fair enough.
good
Yeah.
shit, man.
Yep.
I can sleep 8 hours.
Lack of sleep and meth.
Rest and piss.
You can sleep 8 hours, but your fat's weighing on your neck.
Speaking of fats weighing on your neck.
Dude, I don't want to hear about what you guys do.
Watch it.
I'm just
Watch
saying.
it.
I don't want to.
I will pull up to your house right now and make sweet love.
I pull up.
So this week I've just been a real degenerate piece of shit. I haven't done much. I've been playing a lot of Halo.
What else is new?
And so I have a secondary account. So I can play against people that are absolutely awful. Like
Oh, yeah.
these are people that they might not even be holding the controller when they play. Like they're legit the worst people I've ever
You
seen.
do this because your level is so high in
Yes.
your OG account
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you get high level players.
Yes.
I don't play, so I
then
just
I
play
run
for
around to beat up. It's like getting in a fist fight with children. Like you're just dusting these motherfuckers. I dropped 84 kills on a team at one time. 2 of my teammates quit, so it was 2 versus 4.
Why'd they quit?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was 2 versus 4, and we're playing a game mode where my teammate had to hold a ball for a certain amount of time for us to win the game. So it's really just 1 versus 4. And I dropped 84 and we won. And then the next game, I get on with one of the guys that I had just beat, and he has his mic on. And I'm just like, I'm listening to a podcast. I just have the TV sound on. Like, I'm not really paying attention like that. But then I hear him, like, talking. And he's just like, no, fuck this guy. Let's not let this guy have any fun. Fuck him. And I was like, what? And then I realized he was talking about me because he started shooting me in the back.
Yeah.
And then,
That's a teammate?
yeah.
Oh.
Because he's mad because I dropped 84 on him the game right before that. So then I put my mic in. I was like, brother, what's going on? What is wrong with you? Why the long face? And then he's like, no, fuck you, you hacking piece of shit. Fuck you, you're cheating, you're cheating. And then I was just like, logically, like, nah, like, and explaining how it's not possible for me to have been cheating. I was like, you can check if you wanted to. You can't tell that I'm cheating, like 100%.
Yeah.
And then he just like kept screaming over me, and then I started getting spicy, and I was like, "You're fat, aren't you?" and then he's
And
just trying to deflect.
While you're doing that, you know you have to chin up a little bit so you don't look down.
Hey.
I'm saying
No, I don't.
You got to disassociate.
No, I had to suck in when I said
Yeah,
that.
there
But
you
fuck
go.
you.
There you go.
And I was like, I can tell you're fat by your voice. And he just didn't have, like, he just kept screaming. And then finally I go, what shirt size do you wear? Nothing. Dead silence. And I was like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Talking all that shit. It gets real silent when we're talking about your shirt, fat fuck.
What'd he say?
Nothing. He never answered the question. He just kept yelling that I was hacking.
Bro, the whole time you were just playing one-on-one with yourself.
There's me in an alternate universe, just tears streaming down my face. Like, I'm not fat. I wear a large.
So he quit after you called him fat?
No, finally, after like he was just screaming for so long, I was like, all right, well, you have a great day, fat fuck. I'm gonna take out my headset. I'm gonna go back to enjoying my time. But yeah, that one was where I got off afterwards. I was like, I'm a real bad guy.
Do those wins make you feel better? Like because a lot of people would say you're wasting your time playing video games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like, do you get a sense of confidence from doing something really well and like winning?
Sense of confidence? No. It's like how would I? There's a competitive aspect, but then there's like, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah.
So like, it's no different than watching TV or whatever. Like I was watching like YouTube videos and shit on the side. Like college football was on, so I had that on YouTube TV on my laptop, and I'm like watching and listening while I'm playing. So I'm like not. It's just something to pass the time. Like I'll do that even if I'm on the phone or something. Like if I'm on the phone with my dad, and this nigga talks for 1,500 hours
About Jesus.
Yeah, I just like treat it like a podcast because I never get to say anything back. I just let him fucking go, and then I just played fucking whatever.
You treat it like a podcast as if you're listening to a podcast.
Yeah, it's like the
Not that you're
equivalent
doing
of
it.
like driving or something. It's just like a
Yeah.
mindless activity. I
Yeah.
mean, driving. For some people, it is Asians, but yeah, it's just a mindless activity you do on the side.
Yeah. No, I mean, is there a sense of accomplishment though?
No,
It's
like,
not like a little win in the back of your head. You're like,
at the end,
yes.
it's a like me and my other friend play together quite a bit, and he's also like pretty fucking good.
Mhm.
So like I'll send it to him, and be like, I can't believe I pissed on these kids this hard. Like it's not like it's not. You know that obviously it's like a black belt rolling with a white belt, putting it in your fighting.
I get
terms
it now.
of,
I
like,
get it now.
You obviously you don't gain anything from submitting them because you already knew from before you started that you easily would. It's just like a repetition, like just trying out new stuff. Like I can't believe I fucking got him in this. Like
I get you.
You can't get anybody in this in a whoopsie daisy twisty turny, and then you're fingering him and he's squirting and you're just like fucking brother. Even a white belt can avoid that. Too much.
Disgusting. Just fucking
Too much.
Ew.
Anyway.
Yeah, I ask because I don't play video games often, and when I do play, I feel like I just play chess. I play chess online.
Is there a chat or anything where you can talk to people?
Yeah, in some apps, not the one I use.
Because that's a big part of
you can send like
fun.
Emojis and like expressions, but you can't like fully engage. Nobody talks shit anyways. What are they gonna say? Oh,
I moved your pawn 6 quarter pence. Take that, fuckhead.
It's time to go get a new glasses prescription. It looks like.
If you can't
Shit
tell,
like-
I don't know anything about chess.
No, you're fine. But when I win, I feel like a sense of accomplishment.
Well, chess is different because that's like a mind game. Like
So is Halo. Different,
I guess.
but so is Halo.
Yeah, but I'm not. If I'm playing against, you wouldn't feel any sense of accomplishment in chess if you're playing against me, because you're beating somebody that's not good.
True.
So like you knew before we started, you're most likely gonna win. So it's like, But if you're playing somebody on your level or like above you and you beat them, then you feel a sense of accomplishment.
I get you. I feel a sense of accomplishment whenever I do play video games too, though. Like when I played God of War and I beat the final Valkyrie, I felt like I jumped up and celebrated like my favorite fighter won. I'm serious. It took me like 40 something tries, bro.
Holy shit. No, I don't think I necessarily feel accomplishment from video games. I just enjoy, like, it's a non-physical competitive aspect that I like.
You like competing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also levels to that. Like you get sometime every once in a while. Like imagine you log into the chess app and then you're playing against Magnus Carlsen. Is that his name?
Yeah.
And then you just get fucking absolutely thwarted. He just douses you with piss. And you're like,
there's no point.
Okay, well, there's levels to this.
Yeah.
That's what's happened to me, where like I got matched up with like old pros that I used to watch, like 2007. I'd watch them like after school, like, oh my god, this is so awesome.
Did you make the little kid version of you proud?
No, I got shit on.
Fuck.
Bro, I got shit on. And then I was acting like a kid, like I was playing with my friend, and I was just like, bro, oh my god, we're playing against fucking Elamite Warrior. and then we were getting paired with these 2 other guys, because his team's of 4, so we're with 2 strangers. And then we're just getting pissed on, me and my friend. And then I hear this other guy on the mic go, fucking bitch ass niggas getting washed by these old ass fucking pros. Y'all are trash. And I was just like, no. It hurt.
When I picture you playing video games, I think of that scene in South Park where Cartman and all his friends are downstairs in the basement,
Oh, fuck you.
and his mom
With the
comes
World
up
of
with
Warcraft, and he just shits on the pan. Fuck you. Okay, what did I do this week? I did stand up. That was pretty much it. Nothing fucking crazy. But in stand up, I've talked to you about this a little bit. Of like felt like I hit a stride of finally just being how I want to be on stage. Like I want how I am in person to reflect how I am like when I'm on the stage, which that's the hardest thing to get in stand up because the light, the people watching you, like you naturally just act different whether you're trying to or not. And so on Wednesday I went up and I did it for the first time. Like I thought of a tag to a joke on stage that just came to me in that moment that I didn't think of before, which has never ever been the case. Usually I always have stuff fucking memorized to the T and I just go up.
You're just flowing.
Yeah. That time it just flowed. It came exactly that's what I imagine myself to look like down the line when I'm established. So like getting to see what that was like was cool. It's just can I hold on to it?
This week when you went back?
I haven't gone up since.
Oh, that was the last time?
Yeah, so I'll go up tomorrow. We'll see.
The only thing I can relate to, and I hate, but this is the only like art I've performed in front of people, was my second fight. It felt, because you said imagination, and that's immediately took me to that. I really felt like I was moving like what I imagined, which made the moment so much more. I felt like I was kind of disassociating and just going. And then I was thinking I had the space in the moment, how chaotic it is to think like, damn, that was cool. Like that was nice. Yeah. That was cool. And then when it was all over, it felt like I was way more proud of myself because it was everything I trained for, everything I pictured, and that never happened. Even in sparring or like just basic stuff, like it never feels like the way you picture it. And then when that clicks, I guess that it would be flow state or something, but
yeah.
But when that clicks, it feels so good.
Yeah, it was nice. I got in the car. I was like, I'm fucking him.
Yeah.
But then we'll see what it looks like. Come tomorrow, I'm gonna go back to be like, I fucking hate myself.
Yeah, I keep trying to reach for
That's the thing is like when you're in that scenario where there's people watching and like there's pressure of the lights and shit, and you're not fully
no matter what, you can't pretend like that's not happening.
Yeah.
There's outside stimulus no matter what.
Yeah. And you also, like, I notice I operate in a certain, like, box. So, like, I will only venture out in a certain way. So, let's say I'm doing stand-up. It's not going well or it's, like, a small audience or whatever. I'll be like, oh, this is fucking great. Or at the end of it, it didn't go well. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go home and kill myself.
Edible.
And that's, like, that's just the only... I don't think creatively in that moment. I'm still just operating off of a subset of ideas that I already have.
Oh, so you're saying when it's going bad in the moment, you're just thinking,
reverting
fuck this.
I'm reverting back to things that I've said before in other shows or whatever. I'm not thinking creatively like how do I get out of this or anything in that moment because you're so stifled by like what's going on that it's not coming to you naturally.
You're just thinking another shit show, another like terrible.
Yeah, so like Wednesday, that was the first time. It felt like it was weird. It sounds kind of gay. Eureka. Felt like a lightning bolt, like in the moment. Like I just remember, like, oh shit.
All right, Static Shock.
Yeah.
Shout out to anybody who knows that show.
Nobody watches this. I looked at the numbers. Nobody watches.
No, bro, our audience. I have 17 emails. It's
just us.
Yeah, I have no sleep. I thought we had an audience just because of no sleep.
But it felt like a lightning bolt where I was just like, oh fuck. All right, well, it happened. I took a different route in the joke I never have before, and I didn't. If I had done that, usually I'd be like, oh, fuck, how do I get out of this to, like, get back to safety? But, like, I just went, and it worked, and I was like, oh. And the laugh was completely different.
It's like taking your first steps without training wheels.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
That was cool because that has not happened this entire time.
Yeah. That's cool. That's dope. Now you gotta now that you know you can touch that, you gotta just keep trying to touch it.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like it's like your body has like a natural protection against pain. So like you cannot, as much as you want to, you just cannot get up there for the first time and be exactly who you are and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like you can't be your truest self, like how you fuck around.
Yeah.
You could not get up there on the stage and fuck around
chance.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Because your body just naturally protects you, because if it didn't work, it would hurt. So, which is so odd, because like I'll get up on, like before I go up, I'll be like, I'm about to drop my fucking nuts on the table. Fuck these niggas. I get up there and I'm like, hey. You just can't do it. And then I'll listen back to the recording and I'll be like, what am I fucking doing? Like, how did...
Why is it? Yeah.
I went up there with the intent of fucking laying it on him, and then I
Yeah.
didn't actually do it that way I wanted to.
There was I think it's a Rogan quote, and that pisses me off. But I think he said, fighting. I know. I'm sorry. He said fighting in comedy is like walking, because he connects
Hell
it to,
yeah.
like, he said it's like walking into a house fire. It's like walking into a house that's on fire. It's like every cell in your body is telling you not to. It's like trying to protect you. Maybe it's a little different with comedy because there isn't like the physical danger, but you're literally on the day of, in the moment right before you go up, you're thinking, your brain without you trying is like, go home, like maybe try this a different day, or like you are kind of injured, you don't feel good, you're about to throw up, like this isn't like the perfect moment for you to do this. Like your brain subconsciously is like pulling you away from the danger, and you got to kind of just get delusional for a second and head towards it. And if you can do that with that apprehension, with like a subconscious level of fear, get through it and do even decent, that's like where you learn the most about yourself, the biggest sense of accomplishment. It's like the coolest shit.
Like being in a fire, a house that's on fire is a good comparison if you think of it,
or like walking into
like a firefighter, for instance. So like the first time he walks into a fire, though you have you know what you're supposed to be doing. I'm sure because the amount of adrenaline that's flowing through your body, and like this is your first time being in the situation, trying to like run through the process of what you're supposed to be doing and like being able to think on the fly in case something doesn't go to plan is completely like gone, because
you don't have
what's happening.
Yeah.
So like, but if you compare that to a 20-year fighter, I'm fucking retarded.
Bro, shout out to our first
firefighter.
responders.
Like,
shout out to our first.
No, my ex-stepdad was one. Go fuck yourself.
Whoa.
I'm still mad.
That's wild.
I still have daddy issues.
Your last ex was like a high school.
So does that? What would you call him? Is that just a regular guy now?
What do you mean?
If he's my ex-stepdad, is he just a regular guy now? Ex-stepdad doesn't seem right.
Stepdad in general feels kind of.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. It does. It kind of feels like cucky. I don't know how, but I feel like I'm getting cucked.
When you're around him, you take your pointer finger and you bend it like this and you loop it in his belt loop and you just
and I hold on to it and go, Daddy. But like you compare that to a 20-year firefighter. He walks in, like obviously there's still shit going on, but he can think in that moment. You're not feeling the heat per se as much.
Yeah,
You know what to do if something happens. You've been there before. You know how to get out of it. Like, it's completely different.
Bro, I hate myself because I'm on no sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you said, you know what to do, in my head, I stopped listening to you.
Killing my whole family.
No, I heard, you know what to do with that big fat butt. It's so bad. Sorry.
I hope next time you fall asleep is fucking forever. That's what I'm hoping.
No.
What did you do this week?
I didn't do a ton, but I went to on Sunday right after we filmed our podcast. I went to Canada for the Richmond. Okay.
Oh, voice crack.
I'm hitting puberty. It's no sleep, bro. It's making me reverse.
He's in trouble. Well, fucking wake up, brother.
Richmond night market.
Okay.
And it's like apparently a really like popular event in Canada, and it's a 2-hour drive from here. Online, when you look at it online, it looks super dope. It's the Chinese community there throws it.
Yuck. Oh my God.
Don't condone. I support my Asians.
No, time out. last episode, you said some very questionable
I
things.
support my Asians.
So, you're wearing a hat. They can't see that.
See what?
See, all right. Anyway, keep going.
Yep.
Keep going. You
Checkmate,
piece of
pussy.
shit. Keep going. Keep going.
So we're driving up there, and when you look online, you think like, oh, it's extravagant, and it wasn't bad, but it was, to compare it, it was like Puyallup Fair without rides. The cool
So,
thing,
a bunch of people in a parking lot.
it was bigger than that, and it was super crowded. Like, it was really popular, and the food there was cool because it was a lot of like cultural food you wouldn't be able to
Was
try
there like
anywhere
a
else.
bunch of vending booths, like other than food?
No, it was all Asian food. Like,
No, I
could
mean
get
like other than food. Was there?
There
other
was some
booths
games
for
and-
like.
games and like shopping, and yeah, there was plenty of stuff, just no rides.
Yeah.
When you walk in, there's like a giant T-Rex, and I'm like, what is this about to
Godzilla?
be? Nobody was running. I can't believe I didn't even think of that joke. That's hilarious. And the car ride was 2 hours, and I can't sit for that long because I have back.
So you stood on the top of the car.
No, so we
like a skateboard.
put the back seats down so I
Yeah.
could lay down. And I went with my girl, her sister, and her sister's guy.
Yeah.
And so I was just laying down in the back. And when we got to the border, I had to like jump up and like adjust my seat and everything. And
And take that towel off your head and then present like an American. That's
bro,
crazy.
when we were going, towel off my head. Hey, that's racist.
Yep, it is. Keep going.
Yep. When we got there, my girl was on her phone, and
Yeah.
like we had already had all our passports out. The guy was looking at it, and he had a problem with her not like looking at him, like,
Oh,
scrolling through her phone. He was like, "What is she doing there? Just on Twitter, at the border? Like, come on."
yeah. I'm curious if that could be a power thing, but also
It felt like it.
I think part of it, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a fucking border guard, so I have no clue. But I think they like try and get a gauge on the people to see if
Fucking
they're
Trump supporter.
if they're nervous or well, it's not. We're talking Canada. We're not talking Mexico. If we're Mexico, get off your phone, look me in the eyes.
Or
Also, you
turn
need to say a
around.
couple sentences if we're gonna let you in here. But Canada, go as you please. It's not that bad. Look, up north border, good upstanding citizens. Down south, be careful. But I think that he's just trying to get a gauge on like if people are nervous. 'Cause, like, imagine if you're smuggling drugs and shit, getting on your phone to try and like distract yourself.
It wasn't like she was hiding. She
Well,
was
yeah.
just sitting there, and she
I
was
mean,
like,
a vast majority of people just going through the border are just going through the fucking
it
border.
very much felt like, because you could get a gauge. She wasn't like hiding. Like
She's
she was
just Googling how to look like you're not smuggling coke up your butt.
but it felt like he wanted all the attention on him. Like,
Yeah.
maybe that's his job, but fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Anyway, so back at the market, we get there. We're going in. I realized there's no rides or anything, but there's gonna be a ton of. I tried like a squid on a stick. I tried some other stuff that I don't
Yeah.
even know what it's called. Some of it was good. Some of it was like mediocre. And then I wasted $20 on a fucking. What's it called? I'm drawing a blank.
You're the one that was at the market,
fucking
not
machine.
me.
Well, I'm gonna describe it, so help me. The fucking machine with the crane that grabs the plushie.
Claw machine?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you fucking
No,
serious?
I feel like it has a different name.
A claw machine
Yeah,
that
yeah. Is
comes
that- is that
down
all
and
it's called?
grabs a stuffed animal.
Oh, let's
Hey.
throw a fit. Let's throw a fit because I couldn't think of something. Go.
You just
Throw a fit.
It's crazy that you described the entire machine and they go, "What's that machine?
I feel like it has a different name, no?
What's that thing that like you shower in? It gets you. It's wet, liquid, water. What is it?
You already said shower, though. But what the fuck? It doesn't have a name, just claw machine. Anyways.
It's a claw machine.
All right. I feel like
So
it's
you
called
did the
something
claw
else.
machine. You're pissing me off
No,
by
fuck you.
questioning me saying
called
it's claw
something else.
machine. It's definitely.
Oh. Uh-oh. Whoopsies. Squeeze it. Squeeze it.
Just tell your sister don't come to school tomorrow because it's gonna be real dangerous over there.
Anyways, I spent $20 because I was determined to win a fucking toy.
You spent $20
Canadian dollars.
to win. Yeah, so like $300. The exchange rate is not good for us right now,
No,
brother.
it isn't.
What?
Yeah. Because there was no games, and I was like determined to win one thing, and I realized there wasn't going to be much else I'm going to spend the money that I can't. Like, I don't want to convert this back. I'm here. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And then I got it.
Recently, since we're talking about claw machines, I did go to Dave and Buster's last weekend. I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
Go to Dave and
You're
Buster's
so 30-something.
with my girlfriend, and we bought
Right
like.
in the middle of my story. Continue.
We'll get back to yours.
Yeah,
Yours is less
No,
important.
it's
And we had like the card that you pay, you get the credits on. And I was like, oh, this is way too many credits. And then we got to like claw machine type of game where it's like you have to get so many balls in like these buckets and you can't drop a ball. And I was like, we have way too many credits. And then we played that game. Next thing I know, we have like 4 credits each. And I was like, we literally are degenerate gamblers. Like, I lost all my money on that one game, not even realizing,
Fuck.
just because we were so addicted.
Did you go get more tickets?
No, I didn't.
Well, you went to Dave and Buster's and played the claw machine
Yes.
and then went home.
Yes. Yes. But at least we didn't drive 2 hours to a Ling Ling market.
Unreal. I don't support it.
Stop me. Anyway, so you tried squid and eyeballs at the market.
Played the games that were there. Tracy won way more fucking things than I did. I hate it. And then we wanted to hit a beach. It's like a luminescence beach.
I always want to hit a beach,
And this is late night, right?
especially if the beaches are acting up.
He's here all day because we're recording this in the morning. So then we get to the beach, and I'm like, I've been eating healthy for a little while. I just filled up my stomach with Godzilla meat and fucking eyeballs. So I make Tracy walk down like a separate path so her sister and the dude can just chill alone. And we find like a bench.
Why?
I sit on the bench. She's sitting next to me. I hunch over and fucking start projectile vomiting.
Why are you whispering?
Dude, what if someone hears?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
So you just start puking?
I'm whispering because I needed to be quiet in the story. It's a nighttime. It's a romantic beach. They're chilling. I didn't want to disrupt people's time. Just
So
puking
you
in
just
front of-
went and puked.
silently puked on my own. And then I realized that not enough had got out. And I don't know if you're like this, but because I remember when you used to drink at parties, you would fucking just finger your throat and get it all out
Yeah.
right away.
I would.
I am very hesitant to make myself puke for some reason. I'm like, it makes me uncomfortable. Scares me.
But you'd rather just feel like garbage?
I had to make that tough decision. So I knew that I wasn't done. And so I had to and I'm tickling my shit and I'm just dry. It's not enough. So I have to take
You're
a
like,
break
fuck,
and
I
breathe.
need a cock. I need to find something. Sir, excuse me. Can you come over here really quick? Thank you. Appreciate it. You're a good man.
God damn it. But no, I eventually got it and just silently puked on the beach. All the eyeballs and everything. And actually, funny enough, something I puked got up and ran
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
for the shore. And then I had to drive. You know, you got a smell about you after
Yeah.
you puke. So
You got it.
2-hour car ride. I had to take antibacterial wipes and just.
Oh my fucking god! I think that's funny because when I was a kid, I used to be scared of puking.
I'm still am.
I would be like, I don't want to puke, and then imagine if the older me just like came, patted him on the back, and be like, "Listen, buddy, you're gonna drink a Four Loko and fist your shit when you get older. So grow the fuck up."
Or you're gonna eat enough to just do it naturally. How often do you puke?
That was rude. It took me a second.
How often do you puke? Like weekly?
Fuck you. Fuck you. What else? Did anything else happen besides your fucking market?
I don't. Oh, I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Why is there no gambling in Africa?
I don't know why.
Because there's a lot of cheetahs. I got another one. Why is there no pharmacies in Africa?
Why?
Because you can't take medicine on an empty stomach. Yes.
That last one was good.
Yeah.
But the first one hurt. That was bad.
It was meant to be.
Oh. I want to talk about the way that common people that don't do these activities talk to you as somebody that has fought before. Because the experiences that I'm gaining more and more as a comedian are painful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way that people approach you because they have just seen you do stand-up, once you're out of the club, like Wednesday, I go do my set, come out, and I'm like talking to other comics just like about whatever, and then regular people walk up, but they don't approach you like a regular person, like, hey, that was great, whatever. They try like their hand at seeing if they can make you laugh.
Okay.
It's like the Michael Scott thing where he's like, I made the guy laugh that made everybody else laugh, so I'm funny. Like, the girl comes up and she's like asking us all these questions about like where you want to go, like what clubs you go to around here, all this stuff. I'm starting to get high at this point. I'm like, how do I get out of this conversation? And then somebody asked her, because she knew like quite a few of the clubs, and they're like, are you going to do stand-up? And she's like, well, like, stand-up either goes really well or it's kind of like a plane crash, and I don't know where I'd fit in between those things. And I was like, she's tried to set up a joke right there to see if we'd laugh.
That hurts.
And I was like, this fucking sucks.
That hurts. And what's the joke?
There is none. And then there was another guy at a different time where he's just like, yeah, people have told me I'm fine. I thought about it. I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys. But then he was drunk and he brought it up like 4 more times about like possibly doing it. Just like, yeah, I've thought about it. It's just, I'd have to get a set list together. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're trying to get you to encourage that. Like, no, you're funny. Do it. It's just hell, man.
Yeah. Do people who find out outside of a comedy club, what do they act like? Like, let's say you're at a wedding and you're getting to know people that are part of your family technically that you haven't met before, and they find out you
it doesn't bother me as much because I'll use it in conversation.
Nobody goes make me laugh
because that is fucking okay. There's 2 sides to it. So one, it's a benefit because it's not an ordinary thing. So then it's a conversation piece. So I can at least lean on something I'm knowledgeable about to where like I don't have to sit through this. So what do you do for work?
Yeah.
Like that shit is just painful. So that's a easy out.
Yeah.
But then there's also the aspects of people will come up, I have a joke for you, and it's something garbage like what you just did.
Yeah.
But like you should use that.
The thing that would bug me the most is like someone finds out you're a comic, they go, "Oh, really? Make me laugh. Go."
That doesn't happen as often. But I do get like, I'm sure we give you a lot of material. Yeah. I know you're going to use that in a skit. It's like that stuff hurts. That stuff
the only thing
is painful.
I can compare, like, normally people at like an actual competition or event, they're gonna be cool. Like they don't do stuff like that. They don't come up and go, look at this. They don't do that. But if I'm at like let's say I'm hanging out with a new group of guys, maybe they're my girl's friends or wherever. Let's say I'm just maybe at the bar, maybe at an apartment somewhere watching the fights, and they find out somehow that I've competed before. 8 times out of 10, the first response is, "Oh shit! So you could probably like take all of us right now."
Hell yeah!
And there's nothing that shuts down every working cell in my body. That's the only way I guess I can relate.
Oh fuck! So like, let's say it's a UFC fan, like a guy that's really into combat sports, but he's never done them. And then he knows that you've done them. Like, what will he ask any certain type of questions or say stupid fucking sayings.
This has happened at bars before and stuff. He'll like I'll run into people who I'm sitting next to because you're just sometimes forced to sit where you are, and what I get is like, but most of the time they don't know anything because I'm not sharing that about myself. But the questions that I would get are just fucking wrong. Like they'll analyze something incorrectly, and then I'm in between correcting them and just shutting the fuck up and like listening to something that like is cringy and bothersome. And I usually just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because there's definitely times where you're like, I know what he's saying is completely off, but I don't. If I engage, I'm continuing the conversation. So I don't. How much do I really care that he's incorrect about this thing?
We actually have mutual friends who might be some of the only people who listen to this. I was at a house with them watching the fights once, and when the other people at the place we were at who I didn't know found out that I had competed before, a few of the fighters, when they would come up, they would ask me if I could, how do you think you would do against
certain people?
Yeah, and this is the UFC. Lose.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
How do you think? Could you imagine being the type of guy that watch it? Like you fought twice, not to take
technically
not to take
time.
away whatever. Okay, don't add into this because you're playing against the character. Not that any type of fighting that you've stepped up to do is notable. But, like, imagine you've competed in 2 amateur fights, and then you're watching UFC on the couch with other fucking fatso. They're like, these niggas work at H&R Block. They're balding. They've never, ever stepped into to fight one time ever. And they're talking about techniques like they know it, like they've never even gone to a gym to fight.
It's the fucking worst.
And then they're coming to you and going, what do you think you do? And then you go, sitting on the same couch as them, yeah, Israel Adesanya. I think I'd probably just work the feint a little bit. I'd hold him off with the jab and set him up for a head kick. Like, and how crazy would you have to be to even say anything other than get fucked up?
Yeah, I would never bring it up myself because I don't want to be the guy. I hate that.
Brock Lesnar, yeah, I'd get him in a chokehold within like probably 15 seconds if I had to guess.
It's like the basic questions people, you know, when I was actually competing and we still lived in Olympia and we would go out to bars and there'd be like mutual people who knew. And the questions I would get like there's no other way to relate to me. It's not like, how are you doing? What's new? Like it's strictly that. And it's the most annoying fucking thing to deal with.
Yeah.
I really feel that way. I don't think it's cool.
Yeah, but it's also, what else is there? Like it hurts for sure, but also would you rather?
Yeah, true. Small talk wise.
Because it's always somebody that doesn't know, has no investment in your life whatsoever. Yeah. So they're going off the only thing they can operate with to hold a conversation. So what would the conversation look like if it wasn't about that thing?
Fair.
It'd be just as ass.
Probably be more ass. It gets tiring for me because it's repetitive.
Yeah,
but that's
it is.
Fair.
It is. Fair. It's awful, but also, I'm really bad at exiting those conversations. Like with somebody that I didn't want to talk to in the first place.
Yeah. Ask you about comedy?
Yeah. Like, so that at least is something. Otherwise, I'm like, I'll run out of stuff to say so fast.
You brush your teeth?
Yeah. And then I just got to walk off. Like,
you know what I realized? I was on TikTok, and this doesn't say anything about me or my feed. Stop. I was on TikTok, and I saw like a clip of one of those, you know, like lame, misogynistic podcasts talking
lame. About... Brother, that's the gospel.
I know you're paying $49.99 a month right now.
I'm just in the war room with Andrew Tate as we speak.
And I forget who it was, but it was one of those cringy YouTubers, and they were talking about like, what does being just friends with a woman like offer you? Like, what does it offer you? Because you have to protect them. Like when you're walking down the street, you're like essentially a bodyguard. Because if you're a decent guy, what's going to happen if something happens to them? You're going to step up. And that's why you got to have good, capable men around you who you can trust and who you can work with and push each other to be better and blah, blah, blah. You know, the clip, I scroll.
Yeah.
But then I had a thought. What do you offer me? If we're out, you like a woman.
You're saying I'm like a woman.
What do you do? What do you offer me?
One.
I protect you. I keep you
protect-
safe. You hold my pockets.
One. I offer good pussy. Okay. Offer it.
What?
Yeah. Offer some good.
How?
Two.
Expand.
I don't know.
Okay.
You're acting like I wouldn't go out there and drop numbers. You think that I can't get a nigga in a rear naked?
I really realized this, but if something happened where it was like 2-on-2 or 2-on-3 and we were out somewhere and
2-on-3, we're fucked.
drunk,
Good luck.
I realized that my thought wouldn't be like, let's go 2-on-2. My thought would be like, oh, fuck, Chase is a liability and I'm going to have to step up.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, is that true? Probably. Here's the
Fuck.
thing, is I feel like I know just a smudging more than the average guy. So I can't throw a punch, but if he tries to tackle me, guillotine. I know that much. I can't. If a nigga takes me down, I think I can get my hand over him, put him in guillotine. That's about it.
Guillotine.
That's the extent of my knowledge.
This is what I like. This is what I realized when I was thinking about it. Is like, yeah, like you watch the sport. You
Also,
rolled when you were in high school.
What have we turned into?
Huh?
We're now talking about what we would do in a fight.
This is life.
We turned
brother.
into the fat, balding enterprise rental car working niggas that harass you.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
You brought us here. I just
did.
want to clarify that.
I did, but it hurt when I realized that, like, when I'm with my friend group, they're just people I need to protect.
What are you talking? You're operating as if we live in fucking Tekken, man.
Bro, the other day we were walking down a war zone. If something popped off where a group of bums ran at us,
Do you not
I
think-
wouldn't think, oh, my girl, oh, Chase's girl. I would think, oh, Chase my girl and Chase's girl. What do I got to do to handle
Do you not
this?
think that I couldn't drop kick a junkie in his fucking chest?
I think you can. And then when it comes up, anything could happen, and I need to wrap up what I'm doing fast enough to come make sure you're okay because I care about you.
Brother, all those guys walk around like they're in an internment camp. You don't think that I could twist the fucking limbs off of one of them and just beat the others with that limb? They're zombies. What are you saying?
That's true. A strong gust of wind and they're
But
falling apart.
against a healthy male, I'm in trouble.
And I guess the point of what I'm saying is, I want you to protect me.
Okay. That's so stupid.
I
That
can't
is
believe
so
I
fucking
realized this,
stupid.
dude. I get the short end of the goddamn stick. Yeah, you're
Do
lucky
you?
you're cute. I keep you around because you're cute.
Here's the thing that we provide you. Basic cultural references. That's what we provide. How to pronounce words properly. You knew.
on this
You
podcast.
knew
Fair.
that something was going to happen.
Salmon,
Who
almond.
says "new" with a G in the front of it?
Someone who's bilingual. Say something in a different language.
Okay, but
You
bilingual,
dumb American.
Yeah, but bilingual in the sense of what language do you speak that anyone cares about?
I didn't properly learn English till middle school, brother.
You
I
speak
think
fucking
no accent?
halal. How
No
many
accent.
people
Halal
here
is funny.
speak that? Nobody.
What do you
If it was
speak?
Spanish, top tier.
Bro, the closest thing to a second language you speak is when you talk with a full mouth. You just have pieces of a burger falling out. Pig Latin, you fuck.
That's fine. You get on the phone and then you might as well be talking with your mouth full. It sounds the same.
Yeah.
I love him, baby.
Fucking next thing I know,
Oh,
it's a Drake sample.
Holy fuck. Okay, that's all I had for today. Let's keep it
You
short.
had nothing.
Let's keep it short. We did a lot of talking.
I have some segments. You want to get into those, or you want to?
Yeah. Wait. Before we get into segment
Mhm.
stuff, you watched the Shane Gillis thing.
I did.
Shane Gillis special.
I did. Watch the whole
He
thing.
released a special on Netflix recently.
Go watch it.
I watched it high, and I was like, I had to watch it again sober because I was like, is this as good as I think it is? And it absolutely was. What were your thoughts overall?
Super fucking funny. Sorry, I shook the table. Super funny. I thought, and I watched it sober, and his ability to be able to cross the line, and we briefly talked about this, but cross the line, but then balance it out with a counter argument against what he just said
Yes.
is he doesn't do it in a way where it's forced. He doesn't do it in a way where you think, oh, dude, this dude just completely crossed the line about a hot button issue that most people would be triggered about, and now he's trying to save face. Like, you don't think that. You think it's a regular fluid stream of thoughts just coming out. Super fucking impressive. And, you know, in private, our humor is pretty fucking dark, and we cross the line all the time. And so it was interesting for me to see someone do that on such a public setting and pull it off in a really funny way.
Yeah, I think he's... What makes him good is that what you said, where like he takes one perspective and argues for it, and then gets to an insane peak where you're like, oh fuck, he did it. But then he'll like have a counter to that perspective. So like a lot of times, like he seems like he's making a joke the way you would think that a Midwestern fat white guy would be making a joke. But then he also, it's not like he doesn't see the other perspective
He shows
of
the
that.
self-awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then he argues that point down, or like where you're like, you have an idea of him just based on what he looks like and where he's from. And then as you listen to him, you're like, oh, okay, well, he obviously is more aware than like the average person from that place, you would think.
Did you have a favorite joke?
My favorite joke was him talking about how, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, who's fucking
A
watching?
termite.
If you
who's
haven't,
overhearing
yeah, go watch it, and skip this part. But when he's talking about his girlfriend having the His girlfriend having the Navy SEAL ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started arguing about how Navy SEALs are pussies.
Yeah.
And then goes into comparing the Al Qaeda to us,
At
like
least
as
they
regular
have
people.
fun.
Yeah. Like that was probably one of my favorite jokes, just because then when he talks about the Navy SEAL going through his girls, tactically going through my baby girl's sweet pussy. and then clear. And then compared to him with that shit was so fucking good.
When he was talking about how who's like the crazier person, the Navy SEALs who are just like stone faced,
Yeah.
or the people who celebrate a little bit when they kill someone.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Blow up a truck every 5 months. And
He said something about like black people, and then he went,
yeah.
I forget exactly the line, but I died at that part because he was willing to, like, he's a white dude who does look a little autistic, and he's self-aware about that too. But he knows who he is, and he's willing to touch on these things that normally people would get boatloads of hate for, and he pulled it off. Because that's the key thing. Like, you got to be funny if you're going to step on these topics, and he was hilarious.
And it's the way that he goes about stepping on the topics is it's not just doing it to do it. Like, what he's saying, every topic that he goes on that's, like, pushing it, he has, like, a good perspective on it that's funny. Like, he's not just going, like, ISIS is better than the military, just to say
obnoxious.
Like, he has, a actual, like, comparison to where you can relate to the ISIS people in what he's saying. So you're like, fuck, he has a point, even though he's just being ridiculous. But, like, it's super fucking good.
When we talk about breaking through the wall with dogs and a robot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of his jokes were funny, and his impressions are really good too.
Yeah, they're
like,
his act outs are. Yeah, his impressions are really good, and his act outs are very subtle. Like, within himself, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to. Like, usually with an act out, you got to commit to it to some like whatever you're doing, you got to really like go for it. But his are like subtle within. Like, he doesn't have to step out or do anything crazy. He's just like doing a small little thing right within.
What I found interesting was that it's not to us, but to the general public, it's a pretty controversial, probably special. And I thought it was interesting that Netflix was willing to purchase.
I mean, yeah, the things that
they seem to avoid.
Some of the things that he was going at where it was like, it is crazy that Netflix.
So maybe that pendulum is swinging a bit.
I think it already has.
Yeah. So great special. Go watch it. Some of the segments. Did you look through any of the links? I'm
Uh,
assuming you didn't.
Fuck your links. I looked through the climate activist thing. So
We can start with that.
explain.
So there's these climate activists in Dusseldorf who were sick of the government there not doing enough active things to combat climate change. And so the way they decided to protest, and I want your take on this because I'm sure you're going to think this is fucking ridiculous. They go to the airport there, and I'm not going to pronounce it again because I'll definitely stutter and fuck it up. But they go to the airport there, and they have some sort of epoxy and resin, and it's like borderline concrete, and they use it on their hands and on the ground. So they like attach themselves to the ground, and the only way in certain situations to get that off is through amputation.
Oh my god. That's what they get. That's what they fucking get.
Bro,
I'm sick of these.
that's fucking insane.
I'm sick of these whites. I'm sick of them.
It's the one thing to block a fucking freeway and hold hands.
No, run those niggas over too.
Because that's what I was going to say. You can run them over and you know they're going to fly.
But this one, she's gonna stick to the ground.
Imagine an airplane hitting it and just being stuck because the hands.
The next thing you know, you're in Cancun. Your arms are still in Dusseldorf.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
I've been working on that one. I've been workshopping that with my homies.
Continue.
No, that's fine. That's just annoying. I hate any sort of protesting or whatever because most of the time it's about stuff that doesn't fucking. You're not gonna change. It doesn't matter in this lifetime. Suck my ass.
Well, I just don't get why you don't go to the city council. Why you don't? If this is so, you're so passionate about it, you're willing to lose an arm. Why not get into politics? Like, can I tell you something?
Yes. Tell me
Don't
something.
laugh at me.
What?
The only person who knows this is my dad. But one day in the future, I think like if I make my money and I'm chilling, I'd go back to like school, get like a proper education, and maybe get into politics.
You could never do that. You're not smart enough for that. That's for normal people.
That felt like you wouldn't accept my paintings in your restaurant.
No, what I was doing right there?
You don't know that.
No, I
You
don't.
know history. That Hitler was a young painter.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
I'm
I
gonna
was
wipe you
doing
out.
there?
I'm wiping your people.
No, I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like that teacher that told all the rappers that they're never gonna be shit.
Yeah.
That was me right there. So go ahead, you change the world, buddy. I believe in you. You can do
I
it.
feel like a 40s, 50s, that age kind of category thing. Maybe that'd be my pastime. If who knows what life brings, obviously, but I've always thought about that.
Fucking go for it.
Dad's footsteps.
I hate any sort of like activism bullshit because a lot of the time it's stuff that just, bro, like the climate change thing. Let's say you got your wish, and then the airport does something to really like affect climate change the way that you see fit. Does it really matter? Is it gonna change your life actually? Do you really care about it? No, it's always a fucking stupid white bitch that is always just wanting to inconvenience other people's lives. I'm sick of that.
They read an article or they see a TikTok about that Asian dude who stood in front of a tank back in fucking whatever World War that was, and that like picture made its rounds and it like meant a lot. And I feel like it's things like that influence them to.
Your voice cracked again.
Yeah.
That's global warming.
That's another effect. But I'm not saying it's not a serious issue. But why not just approach it in a different way besides getting your arm cut off?
Yeah, do something that actually has an effect. It's just going and telling other people you change this thing, rather like
They're
what you're saying.
inconveniencing employees.
Yes.
What would you do
Yeah.
if you were at an airport and the dude cemented his hand?
If he had both hands.
No, one hand, two hand, whatever.
Okay, if he had two hands glued, it's different than he had one hand because he has a swinging hand. He can fight back. If he has two hands glued and his face is just right there, beef stew. Just hot ass fart. No, just turn around, hot ass fart that seeps through the jeans and just
and like
wafts his
slightly.
face.
There's a color change on the nose.
Yes,
like
like
just
I
ever
want-
so slight.
Yeah. Where he can't do anything about it.
If both hands are in, I'm just pulling up a cement truck. Rusty, we're making this a speed bump. You're out. But if one hand is in, then you gotta amputate.
Because if he has a swinging hand, then you can't really rip ass in his face.
True, but then what if he gets out eventually? And
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hate that stuff, bro. That's so annoying.
How about Barack Obama being a homosexual?
That's fine.
Yeah, no,
To each his own.
Fine.
If you
fine.
wanted to smoke crack and suck dick, fucking go for. I don't give a shit.
He smoked cocaine.
It doesn't affect my life at all.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a clip of Tucker Carlson interviewing the guy that he did it with. Apparently,
Yeah.
can you imagine? The part that I have an issue with is how do you not feel fucking weird being like, so what happened? Did you guys get sexy? Like, how do you ask those questions and not
Weird
feel like
interview.
a fucking cuck?
Weird interview. For
Really?
sure.
Yeah. So then you touch his thigh. Was he turned on? Did he have how long was it? Would you say, did he trim down there? Like, what kind of questions are you asking, nigga? You're weird.
Do you feel like you kind of saw it coming with the way Actually, hold on, let me.
See, you're going to get killed by the CIA.
Yeah, I'm
and that's
gonna
on
edit
you. And I'm not a part of that.
Okay. Do you think that a president needs to disclose that information, or is it
I
okay
don't-
to like separate that from his policies?
It doesn't fucking matter.
I agree.
Bro.
I agree with
Everybody
you.
does like everybody has a one weird thing about them.
Are you open this?
Hey.
All right.
Easy there, partner. Easy there. Slow it down.
I think we agree on that one. So fuck it.
nobody
Yeah,
cares,
nobody cares.
man. I mean, like I
also I have a hard time trusting a dude with that many missing teeth.
you have to be so like weird to be concerned about some stuff that happened in 2000. Even if it did happen, okay, whoa, darn,
Yeah.
it was 2008, brother. Grow up.
I saw some comments where like
cares,
they
man?
actually the deep state likes that because it's control. They have something over someone, and they can control them that way.
Yeah, I mean, all those niggas up there are probably sucking and fucking, and that's fine.
Adreno
Does not
Chrome
matter.
City. Yeah.
Just get the old ones out. That's all I ask. Like, Mitch McConnell freezing up twice. Kick that nigga out.
Hold on, I saw a thing where it said it was actually epilepsy.
It's whatever.
So it's
He's
a reaction to lights.
Yeah, he's 90 billion years old.
No, I agree.
You
I
can
agree, I agree.
swing from his chin.
Yeah.
The chin skin. You can loop it around.
Yeah, sleeping bag.
Yeah, like get him out, man. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I care about. And I don't really care about that either, if I'm being honest. Get him out, but also if he stays,
I always
whatever.
knew you didn't care about this goddamn country.
I don't care about this country, man.
Oh,
Hey, man.
the
Remember?
chip?
Yeah. So remember last week when you had the one chip challenge and you're trying to force me to do it, and I said no because I'm a respectable young man.
no.
Some kid died from doing it, and so now, Pocky, whatever the brand that does the hot chip challenge, they're pulling them from shelves of stores and adding a warning label saying that it's for adults only because a child died from ingesting one.
Yeah.
You took a bite of one, just a little nibble, and you were in absolute
Tracy
shambles.
did too.
Was she in shambles?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on?
From
Can
the
you see
bottom
how
of
a
my
kid
heart-
died?
Can I see? Sure. From the bottom of my heart, I think you're a giant pussy. Swear to God.
I wonder how. I didn't look into how he died. How do you die
Bro,
from
I can
that?
picture how you die.
Okay, that's
Your
why.
just eyes
That's
melt.
what I asked.
I mean, I feel like if you have a pre-existing condition or like a heart issue, the shock and pain of that can actually set that off. I fully believe that.
Oh my god.
Because I was a bitch about it. I took one little nibble, head exploded.
And you could not focus on. You ruined all the segments.
There were 3 different flavors,
and you took the
spicier
lightest.
than now. No,
You
it was
took
the
the lighter-
second.
Oh.
That's in. Whoever ate the hottest one, die. And I don't even know how they got into stores in the first place.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. I don't know that either. I feel like I
One
always
chip?
thought that was like a order online type of thing.
Do you regret not doing it?
No, not even a little bit. I knew that it was going to be miserable for any given amount of time. So what enjoyment do I get from that?
Yeah.
None. No. You're stupid. That's the
That's
difference.
why we have no views. It's because you didn't do it.
Yeah, because I'm not doing YouTube pranks. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, but you'll smell fucking. That's
Smelling salts was light fun.
and that's so impressive.
Light
I'm glad
fun.
we threw that in the video.
Light and fun.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see the clip, stupid idiot.
That's why we started deadlifting after
That
that.
was fun. Yeah, and I deadlifted way more than you. Izzy versus Sean. Let's end on that.
Okay.
So
I watched last night.
Israel Adesanya versus Sean Patterson.
Strickland.
Strickland.
You want me to set the stage?
Yeah, so it was UFC 293.
Yep.
They headlined it. Fought in Australia.
Yep.
Come on, I didn't even watch the fight,
good
and
shit.
I'm still pulling this out my hat.
There's a lot of room in there.
Fuck you. Not a lot of room in yours. It's filled with demons and darkness. So
I need room to fit all that.
Izzy was the favorite. He ended up losing. Can you give us a quick, not 8-hour breakdown of the
Yeah,
fight,
yeah.
quick run through?
I'll give you a quick synopsis. So, Strickland took this on short notice. He shouldn't have even really been in this
Who was
position.
Izzy supposed to fight originally?
Dracus Duplessis,
Yes.
and
He got injured.
He got injured, so he pulled out. And Strickland was on a 2-fight win streak, but against one of them.
What was he
against
ranked?
someone's-
Like fourth?
I think even lower. I don't remember honestly what he was ranked before this, but the person he fought, Abus or whatever his name was, Russian guy, wasn't even ranked yet. It was his first fight in the UFC, and he was. That's the reason they gave him Strickland, was because he was, top prospect. They thought he would do really well. Strickland beat the fucking brakes off the dude, and so everyone's mind, nobody thought he was really the deserving person who should have been next up.
Yeah.
He was just
A filler.
yeah, filler. Izzy has gone through the entire division anyways. And so he was like a minus fucking 2,000. The odds have never been that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not 2,000, no, but the odds were never that imbalanced before. He was the biggest underdog ever. To me, this is the biggest upset ever. Worse than Holly Holm, Ronda, worse than Matt Serra, GSP, worse than Chris Weidman Anderson. Goes into this fight, short notice, and beats the fuck out of Izzy for 5 rounds. Just quickly on what happened. In the first round, the fight starts, and immediately Sean's pressuring. And like the thing that I found the most impressive, and this is an Izzy that's fresh, right? He looked kind of flat. He looked like something was weird, but in the first round, he hadn't been dinged yet. And Sean is pressuring, giving him no space to set up like the head kicks properly. And a lot of the other things Izzy likes to try
setting
to
him up to do what he does.
back against the fence for Izzy. He just had no room to like breathe. And the thing that's difficult to do is that against Izzy, because Izzy's so good at finding holes and finding setups, even in that in the walk to get pressured down. Then no one finds a way to like just pressure him that easily besides like the Piera dude and Sean.
Well, what about Sean made it so he could pressure him without?
He's so defensively sound. Like he has the weirdest style. It's almost like a Philly shell, and he reaches for everything. So I was talking to my friend about this. He was going to put some money on it. He was like, who should I go for? I was like, put it on Izzy, ? Kick, KO, 3rd round. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. Because Sean reaches for everything and parries everything way more than the average fighter. So you're jabbing, he's parrying. You're throwing he'll even try to parry a fucking straight.
What is a parry?
So it's where when you're squared up and someone throws a jab, the opponent hits the jab away.
Oh, okay.
So he's reaching, and you don't like reach for it like that. You just,
Yeah, you just slap it away.
yeah, you want to be
like a cat.
sure. And he reaches a lot, and that's what happened in the Alex fight. He was reaching. Alex went right around, landed the left hook, knocked him out. So I was like, okay, Izzy's gonna get him flinching so much from the feints that he's gonna reach and get caught by a kick. Bro, he was so much better, so poised, pressuring, perfect defense. Like he got nicked a few times in the fight. He didn't even get hit, clean. Pressured Izzy. At the end of the first round, landed a 1-2, and the 2 landed clean. And Izzy was almost out, managed to survive. The round ended. He almost got knocked out. He like dropped and everything. And then Sean proceeded to do the same thing. Pressure, defensively super safe, and just beat the fuck out of Izzy against the fence for 5 rounds straight and won a majority decision. Like I thought he won 4 rounds.
Wow.
Lost for, like, I mean, I had a lot of words, but in the moment, I was lost for fucking words.
What does that mean for middleweight? Because the thing is,
Crazy.
I always found Izzy to be incredibly cringy.
Yeah.
Like my mom in our group chat was like saying that she wanted Sean to win. Racist. But like I also am not necessarily a fan of Izzy. Like I like watching him fight, but like the antics he does are so cringe. Like the showing up to the press conference in a dog collar because I'm a dog and
I'm about
after
to be
this fight
unleashed.
I'm gonna be unleashed, brother. Take a fucking walk, man.
His first fight in
That
the
was
UFC,
awful.
he said, "I just pissed in the cage, and I marked my territory." Like he's had these dog
that
punch-
leave you frozen like else. Like all these things are like boo, throw tomato worthy. Like that nigga should get booed off stage. All these things are awful. So I'm fine with seeing him lose. But the thing is, who else in middleweight is like an entertaining enough champion?
No one's that active.
Now Sean Strickland is champion. For some reason it feels wrong. Like
it is.
Like it feels like an evil villain is the champion.
It's like if Kobe Covington won. Like it's one of those.
It just doesn't feel right. And the thing, like who else would be a suitable champion for that weight class? I don't think anybody.
Robert Whittaker.
But he lost to Izzy 3 times, didn't he?
Yeah.
So then him being that doesn't fit.
And I honestly think Duplessis would have been a really tough fight because he just beat Whittaker like bad.
Oh.
So I was like, what the fuck? Even though he's awkward, I thought he was going to win.
But even still, I'm like, for a casual person, I don't watch fighting like that. I know a little bit, but like, I've never seen that guy fight.
And you don't know enough to not be a liability if we were out, but you watch.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'll blow a rape whistle. But like, even I don't know.
That stopped me.
Even I don't know who Duplessis is that. Like, I've heard his name. I've never watched him fight. So like, they just don't have a good champion.
I want Hamzat versus Strickland.
Yeah, but Hamzat doesn't fight that often, right?
He fights in the division above him a little more, but he's fought in both.
Oh.
And if they can get that set up, that'd be I think that's super interesting.
But I did watch the post-fight interview, and Dana said that he's looking for the rematch between the two of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that seems kind of like a relief. Like, Izzy could come back and win that, and then just go back to being champion, and then just things will be right with the world. Even though I don't even like him as champion, but he's still better than everyone else in that weight class. Otherwise, who cares about that weight class?
Yeah, yeah,
it's not a good.
It's going to be pretty messy, and I think Sean is really good. And if he fights like he fought last night, he's going to win a lot more. But odds are, I think the belt is going to switch hands a bunch, and that's you want someone who's reigning. Yeah. So I think Izzy will get
at least
the
for
rematch.
a couple fights, like 2 or 3 at least.
Can you imagine the shit Sean talked about Izzy, like jaying off his dog and being a Chinese guy? Like Sean like went at Izzy so fucking hard for the buildup of this fight, and then to just get beat the fuck up by that guy, that must be embarrassing.
I saw a quote where Izzy said that Sean was making fun of his painted nails, and then he said that I'm gonna show my nails to the camera with my French tips. Like I just beat him with these. That was also corny, and now you look.
But we have the complete opposite of that in Sean, who's like, "Oh, if you're having a bad day, put a gun in your mouth." Like he'll say the most outrageous shit.
What a fun time! What a good way to end.
Great way to end. Sean Strickland did it. If you watch the Fight Companion with Rogan, Schaub, and Brian.
I'm good. I don't want to.
Dude,
I just don't want to.
The reaction online is like everyone was like, "What in the fuck?" Nobody thought.
Also, Dana was kind of. I don't like the way he approaches things.
He even was like,
"Because like I know," but he gets up there and then he's just like, "Yeah, Izzy was slow. He looked coming out and shitting on somebody that would do something that you don't do.
Yeah,
like is not respected. Especially
I think he
as
was
a
trying
CEO.
to say that wasn't the best Izzy.
I know, but you can't say it differently.
Yeah.
Coming out and shitting on somebody that like fights is crazy.
You know,
you're just the CEO. The only person you fight at this point is your wife in Cabo. So just like you can go about it a completely different way.
You know, Dana, we can end on this, but Dana was scheduled to do a boxing match with Tito Ortiz back in the day.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's so fucking funny. And he was like completely confident he was going to knock Tito out because Tito's hands are just that bad.
That's what I would do to you and anybody in a bar fight if we got into one. Dunzo. See ya.
You're like
Have fun in heaven, pussy.
You're like my girl best friend.
Yes. Anyway, do the thing.
All right, guys. I know we got a ton of subscribers. I appreciate you guys for commenting, sending us emails. Like we
Wrap it up. The camera's about to shut off.
Like, subscribe, comment. Love you.
Thanks.
Bye, pussies.